Welcome to the stationary Pilgrim site, a place where I can share my artistic images and my verbal musings. Um, I'd like to mention first, I apologize if my voice sounds a bit different. I have been battling a cold. I think I'm on the downward end of it, but I still feel a little congested. Um, the first slide here on today's offering is an attempt to explain a question I often get when I tell people that I call my artwork embossed Prismacolors, and they're often not sure what I mean by that. I'm putting together a video going into much more detail, but I wanted to show you on the left side. I'm holding up what I call a template that I created using X-Acto knives and contact paper, where I cut away everything that's going to end up being colored. Um, the lines will then be raised, and that's where the embossing comes in. To the right is that same template once it's been attached to a, the backing, which is basically a sheet of paper, and cleaned up. It's now ready. If I cover it with a new sheet and press it with my colored pencils, it will indent the design into the paper, and then I will add color. To give you an idea of what I mean, today's visual images, I've included two. The first was entitled Flower Festival, which I created back in 1995. I first created the template and then did these three daylilies in a lavender with the yellow and green background. It has my my sort of stained glass window sort of approach, and also, if you'll notice towards the edge of the image, it decomposes, so you actually get to see how it builds up as it moves towards the center. The second is one I've entitled Return of Hope, and this was one I did here just this last summer. And what you'll notice is it's the very same image. Structurally, everything is the same. The three flowers, the stems, the background coloring, except I changed the color of the flowers. I had several people comment that they would have liked to have seen more brightly colored daylilies. So, and in fact, if somebody wanted yellow daylilies or something, I could of course put another sheet of paper over it and press it, and I could add a different color. So once I've created the template, which of course I save, I could always go back and do the flowers in a different color. Today's verbal musings arose. I recently had a discussion with a young man about the, the creative muse and the almost mystical experience of creating art. And it also led me to think a lot about the issue of what motivates creators. And of course, as a psychologist, I know there's many different motivators, many of them very personal and others more social, desire for attention and that. Um, I have pondered these questions at time with respect to my own motivation for doing my artwork. This first musing is one that hangs on the door to my art studio. It's called That Would Be. If I created a work of art, a poem or a story that touched a multitude of souls, that became a timeless classic, that would be nice. If I created a work of art, a poem or a story that touched crowds of people, that brought ovations and fame, that would be great. If I created a work of art, a poem or a story that touched a handful of people, that connected them with each other and the natural world, that would be tremendous. If I created a work of art, a poem or a story that touched a single soul, that helped them through their day, that gave meaning to their life, then all my efforts have been worth it. Is profoundness in our thoughts and words the results of months of grueling work, years of torturous reflection? Or is it the result of a chance connection, an association with something deep within us, universal yet unrecognized? I create. I create art, poems, and stories. The effort does not always come easy. It's taken a lifetime of experience, risk, and errors to know myself. It's not easy looking within yourself when you are not sure what you will find. It's not easy looking at the world around you with a mindful eye, at the pain that is our human condition, at the distrust and despair, the scars we leave on the world, on each other, and on our children. It takes a great deal of effort to actively watch life as it goes by. It takes even more effort to try and capture it in images and words. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you for visiting my site.